It is a level of pettiness that is almost impressive in its sheer unadulterated malice. Just when you think the Duchess of Sussex has reached the bottom of the barrel, she pulls out a shovel and starts digging deeper. We are witnessing a masterclass in narcissism, a strategic deployment of look-at-me content designed to suffocate the royal family at their most vulnerable moments. Today, King Charles is preparing to bare his soul to the nation. He is preparing to sit in front of a camera, a man battling cancer, and deliver a personal, unprecedented message to help save lives. It is a moment of gravity, of dignity, and of supreme service. And what does Meghan Markle do? Does she stay silent? Does she let the king have his moment? No. She logs on to Instagram and announces a documentary about cookies. You cannot make this up. The timing is so precise, so calculated, that to call it a coincidence would be an insult to our intelligence. Hours before the King's broadcast for Stand Up to Cancer, a campaign that literally saves lives, Meghan and Harry have decided it is the perfect time to tell the world that they are executive producing a film about Girl Scouts. They are trading on the gravitas of the monarchy to sell thin mints while the monarch himself speaks about chemotherapy. It is grotesque. It is desperate. And it proves, once and for all, that there is no low they will not stoop to in order to keep their names in the headlines. Welcome back to the channel, the only place where we refuse to let the Sussex PR machine gaslight the public. We see the games, we see the timing, and we call it out. If you are sick of the constant overshadowing and want to support the king as he fights his health battles, smash that subscribe button right now. We have a lot to get through. Today, from the shameful timing of this announcement to the heartbreaking reality of Thomas Markle being ignored, while Meghan posts childhood throwbacks. Let's expose the truth. The news broke just a few hours ago, and the contrast between the two camps could not be starker. On one side of the Atlantic, we have Buckingham Palace announcing a solemn, significant broadcast. King Charles has filmed a personal message about his cancer diagnosis and recovery. This video, recorded in the morning room at Clarence House, is part of the Stand Up to Cancer 2025 campaign. It is being aired on Channel 4 tonight. The king is using his own suffering, his own fear, to drive awareness for early diagnosis. He is stripping away the mystique of royalty to say, I am human, I am sick, and please get checked. It is selfless. It is brave. On the other side of the Atlantic, we have the Montecito branch of the firm, fresh off the back of her Netflix Christmas special receiving terrible reviews, and amid the news that her father, Thomas Markle, has had his leg amputated, Meghan has decided that now is the time to pivot. She has announced that she and Prince Harry are executive producers on a new documentary called Cookie Queens. I wish I was joking. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who claimed they left the royal family to change the world, to impact global policy, to emulate Nelson Mandela and Princess Diana, are now making a show about Girl Scout cookies. The documentary is set to premiere at the Sundance Film Festival. It follows 4 girls navigating the $800 million business of cookie sales. Now, let's be clear. There is nothing wrong with Girl Scouts. It's a great organization. But is this the work of a global humanitarian power couple? Is this the work of a prince of the blood, producing a film about Samoas and Tagalongs? It feels incredibly small. It feels like they are scraping the bottom of the content barrel because they have run out of royal secrets to sell. But the issue isn't the cookies. The issue is the timing. Meghan knows the king's schedule. She knows the British media cycle. She knows that Charles's cancer update is the biggest story of the day. By dropping this announcement now, she forces the media to split the screen. She forces the newspapers to run her face alongside the king's. It is a desperate grab for oxygen. It is the classic diary clash strategy that she has employed time and time again. Remember when she announced her pregnancy at Eugenie's wedding? Remember the jam jars during the Trooping the Color? This is standard operating procedure. And let's look at the statement she released. It is a masterpiece of word salad. She says she has a personal affinity for the film because she was a Girl Scout herself. She calls the opportunity irresistible. She describes the directing as having an edgy yet humanizing tone and tenor. Edgy yet humanizing tone and tenor. What does that even mean? It's pretentious nonsense. It's the language of someone trying to sound intellectual while talking about baked goods. She says, "We immediately wanted to be involved." Of course she did. Because it requires zero effort. Executive producing often just means putting your name on the credits and taking a fee. It's not directing, it's not editing, it's branding. But there is a detail in this announcement that is even more malicious than the timing. To accompany the news, Meghan released a never-before-seen photo of herself as a child. In the picture, she is a young Girl Scout, smiling, with one arm wrapped around a friend and the other holding her mother's arm. Doria Ragland is right there, the doting troop leader. Now, why is this significant? Why is this cruel? Because right now, at this very moment, Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, is lying in a hospital bed, reportedly having lost a leg. He is 81 years old. He is alone. He paid for her education. He paid for her dance classes. He likely paid for those Girl Scout cookies she is now capitalizing on. By posting a photo of herself with Doria, emphasizing the mother-daughter bond, Meghan is effectively erasing her father from her history. She is twisting the knife. She is saying, "Look at my happy childhood with my mom," while the man who gave her that childhood is fighting for his life. It is a psychological game. It is weaponized nostalgia. We have heard reports that Meghan reached out to her father with a letter. But a private letter does not erase a public humiliation. If she truly cared about family, she wouldn't be posting throwbacks to her childhood for clout while her dad is in the ICU. She would be on a plane. She would be by his side. But instead, she is promoting a documentary at Sundance. It also serves as a distraction from the bad press. Her Netflix show, With Love, was panned by critics. It was called bizarre and sad. She needs a win. She needs to remind people that she is a Hollywood player. So she attaches her name to an award-winning team, uses a cute childhood photo to garner sympathy, and hopes we all forget that her last project was a flop. But let's go back to the king. The contrast between his actions and hers is what ultimately defines this story. King Charles is using his platform to help others. The Stand Up to Cancer campaign is vital. His message, recorded in the morning room at Clarence House, will be watched by millions. He will reflect on his own recovery journey. He will show vulnerability. He will admit that even kings are mortal. This connects him to his people. It makes him a father figure to the nation. Meghan, on the other hand, is using her platform to help herself. She talks about the ambition of the Girl Scouts in the documentary. She talks about childhood and ambition colliding. That is a Freudian slip if I ever heard one. Meghan's entire life has been a collision of ambition. She has trampled over her family, her husband's family, and royal protocol in pursuit of her own goals. The documentary description says it follows girls striving to be cookie queens. And maybe that is the title Meghan is really chasing. She couldn't be the queen of the Commonwealth, so she will settle for being the queen of content, even if that content is selling sugar to the masses. The royal insider verdict on this is simple. It is a distraction tactic. Meghan knows the walls are closing in. The visa issues for Harry, the professional failures, the family estrangement, it is all piling up. She needs to look busy. She needs to look successful. And she needs to look like she doesn't care about the king's cancer. By releasing this news today, she is sending a message to the palace. I am still here. I can still make headlines. You cannot ignore me. But the tragedy is, the headlines she is making are not the ones she wants. She wants to be seen as a powerhouse producer. Instead, she is seen as a petty, vindictive daughter-in-law who can't read the room. Imagine being Prince Harry in this situation. Your father is going on national television to talk about his cancer. Your wife decides this is the moment to talk about Thin Mints. Do you not say, "Honey, maybe we should wait a day? Maybe out of respect for Pa, we should let him have the news cycle"? The fact that this announcement went out suggests one of two things. Either Harry has absolutely no backbone and does whatever Meghan tells him, or he is just as complicit in the cruelty as she is. Given his recent clown prince behavior on Stephen Colbert, mocking the U.S. president, I am inclined to believe he is just as lost as she is. The documentary is directed by Elisa Nahmias. I feel sorry for her. She probably made a great film about these girls, but now her work will forever be overshadowed by the Sussex drama. The reviews won't be about the cookies, they will be about Meghan. The questions at Sundance won't be about the Girl Scouts, they will be about King Charles. Meghan has a unique talent for sucking the air out of the room and making everything about her. And let's look at the business side. This is an Archewell production. They are partnering with an award-winning team. This is the new model. They don't make the content themselves because they don't know how. They buy their way onto other people's projects. They attach their names to things that are already good, hoping the quality rubs off on them. It's the same strategy as the Invictus Games. Harry didn't invent wounded veterans, but he put his name on the games. Meghan didn't invent Girl Scouts, but now she owns their narrative. The Stand Up to Cancer campaign is a joint project between Cancer Research UK and Channel 4. It is serious business. It involves leading scientists, doctors, and patients. King Charles's involvement gives it a massive boost. Meghan's involvement in the cookie documentary gives it, what? Tabloid gossip? A few angry tweets? She says in her statement, "We hope this ban is only the start of a reckoning." Oh wait, that was the other statement about Australia. In this statement, she says, the creative point of view are absolutely irresistible. She uses the word irresistible twice. She is trying so hard to sell it, it reeks of a QVC pitch. Buy my documentary, it's edgy, it's humanizing, it has cookies. Compare that to the King's message. Get screened, save your life. One is substance, one is sugar. And let's not forget the photo of Doria again. Doria Ragland has been the silent beneficiary of all this. She is the only family member left standing. By constantly parading her out, Meghan is trying to prove she has roots. But roots require maintenance. You can't just water one branch and chop off the rest of the tree. The image of the happy Girl Scout rings hollow when you know that the little girl in the photo grew up to ghost the father who took the picture. The timing also distracts from the girls' media ban story we covered earlier. Meghan and Harry were lectured for interfering in Australian politics. Now they are pivoting to girl power and cookies. It's a scattergun approach. Throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. But the king is steady. He is consistent. He serves. As we watch the broadcast tonight, as we listen to the king speak about his journey, remember this. He is doing this for us. He is doing this for the nation. Meghan is doing her announcement for her bank account. The surprise announcement wasn't a surprise to anyone who knows her. It was predictable. It was inevitable. Whenever the royals do something good, the Sussexes do something loud. But cookies? Really? It seems the American Riviera dream is shrinking. We went from changing the world to selling jam, and now we are documenting the sales of cookies. It is a slow, sliding decline into irrelevance. The King's Cancer update will be historical, it will be remembered. Meghan's cookie documentary will be watched by a few people on Netflix and then forgotten. That is the difference between history and content. I want to know what you think. Is the timing of this announcement deliberate? Is it disrespectful to the king? And what do you make of Meghan using a childhood photo with Doria while her father is in the hospital? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you stand with King Charles and believe his message is the only one that matters today, hit that like button. And subscribe to the channel for the truth that the Sussexes don't want you to hear. Until next time, keep your eyes on the palace.